Okay, let's be honest. English spelling is weird, right? Words that look like they should rhyme just don't. Rules seem to have more exceptions than, well, rules. But what if it's not all just chaos? What if it's actually a code? In this explainer, we're going to crack.
So let's dive right in with a classic head-scratcher, the words cow and low. Look at them. They both end with the exact same letters OW. So they should rhyme, shouldn't they? But they don't. Why? That one simple question is our way in. It's the key to unlocking a major secret of English spelling.
And here it is, plain as day. Cow gives us that ow sound, but low gives us that long O sound. So we have the same letter combination, ow, making two completely different sounds. This isn't just some random fluke. This is our first real clue that something bigger is going on.
So, the point here isn't to just memorize thousands of individual words. No way. The goal is to find the system, the logic hiding underneath it all. And to do that, we need to understand the main tool that this code uses to represent vowel sounds. And that tool? It's called a vowel digraph. Now, that sounds a little technical, but it's actually super simple. It's just when two vowels team up to make one single sound. You know, like the AI in rain, or the EE in meat. These little vowel teams are the basic building blocks of the code we're trying to crack.
All right, now that we have our main tool, the real investigation can begin. We're going to focus on three vowel teams that trip people up all the time. OA, OU, and of course, our original culprit, OW. Let's start gathering some evidence.
Okay, it's time to look at the data. We're going to sort a bunch of words by how they sound. And as we go through them, I want you to keep your eyes peeled. See if you can spot the pattern before I give it away.
So check this out. On the left, we've got all the words with that long O sound, like in boat. And on the right, all the words with that ow sound, like in loud. Now just look at the letter combinations in each column. Do you see which vowel teams are consistent and which one is kind of all over the place?
The pattern emerges pretty quickly, doesn't it? The OA team is totally loyal to one sound, that long O. And the OU team is just as loyal to its sound, ow. But ow, well, ow is playing for both sides. It's in low and follow over on the left, but it's also in cow and now on the right. I think we found our double agent.
So our whole investigation really hinges on this ow imposter. We have to figure out its secret. How are we supposed to know when it's going to say O and when it's going to say ow?
Let's just focus on one of those sounds for a minute. The ow sound, like in cow. The source material actually frames this as a bit of a trick question. So can you think of another word that has OW making that ow sound?
Eyebrow. Yep, right there. The ow in brow makes that ow sound. Seems easy enough. But this is where the trick really comes in.
Because what about a word like shadow? It also ends in OW. But we don't pronounce it shadow, do we? No, we say shadow. It snaps right back to that other sound, the long O. So you've got the exact same letters in the exact same position at the end of a word, giving us two completely different sounds.
And this right here is the heart of the problem. Ow is one single spelling, but it has two different identities, the ow sound and the O sound. On the surface, it seems totally random. So how could you possibly know which one to use and when?
Well, what if I told you it's not random? Not at all. There are actually rules to this game. And once you learn them, you've pretty much cracked this part of the code for good.
Okay, you ready? Here's the master key to the whole thing. It all comes down to where the sound is in the word. So, step 1. If you hear the long O sound at the end of a word, you use ow, like in snow or our old friend low. Step 2. If you hear the ow sound at the end of a word, you also use ow, like in cow or now. See? That right there explains our original puzzle. And now for the big one. Step 3. If you hear that ow sound in the middle of a word, you switch teams. You use OU, like in out, loud, or thousand. That's it. That's the secret.
So our big mystery of cow versus low wasn't chaos after all. It's part of a system based on two pretty simple ideas, these little vowel teams and where they're sitting in a word.
It's a surprisingly elegant, hidden structure.
You know, what you just did was more than just learn a spelling rule. You learned to look at the language in a whole new way. You proved there are hidden patterns everywhere. Which kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other codes are out there, just hiding in plain sight?